Good morning, my dear friends. Welcome to online classes from MGVC Arts, Commerce and Science College, Muddi Bihar, and its Department of Chemistry, and myself, Professor Umar Farooq Halyal. And today I am going to take for your BSc third sem topic, that is acids and bases. In previous class, you already discussed regarding to the different theories of acids and bases like Arrhenius concept, Bronsted-Lowry theory, Lux fluid concept, Lewis concept, etc. And today we are going to discussing about Pearson's HSAB principle, that is Pearson's hard, soft, acids and bases. So let us see the screen. According to Pearson, the acids we are going to divide it into hard acids and soft acids, and bases are divided into hard bases and soft bases. It is only got when from the experimental data of various complexes obtained by the Lewis acids and Lewis bases. This is known as Pearson HSAB principle. History. According to Lewis, acid is a substance which can accept a pair of electron, and base is a substance which can donate a pair of electron. In the year 1963, Ralph Pearson introduced the hard soft acid base principle, that is HSAB principle. According to him, hard acids prefer to coordinate the hard bases and soft acids prefer to coordinate or join with soft bases. According to him, this is very simple concept using for rationalize a variety of chemical informations to get result with some inorganic and organic reactions. And again in the year 1983, the scientist Ralph Pearson and the another one Robert Parr, they both have joined and give a new definition, that is a qualitative definitions of HSAB. A less easily polarized atom or ion is hard, and a more easily polarized atom or ion is soft. Means whatever the atom are coming into the particular molecule that is less polarized, that means that is a hard substance. If some case that atom is going to polarizing in a very high amount or very maximum time, that is called soft. Definition. According to Pearson, HSAB is a qualitative concept introduced by Ralph Pearson to explain the stability of metal complexes and the mechanism of their reactions. So when we coming for the different types, hard Lewis acids means they are characterized by small ionic radii, high positive charge, strongly solvated, empty orbitals in the valence shell, and with high energy lumos. Then for the soft Lewis acids, they are all characterized by small ionic radii, high positive charge, strongly solvated empty orbitals in the valence shell with high energy of LUMOS. When we coming for hard Lewis bases, according to him, these are characterized by small ionic radii and strongly solvated, highly electronegative, weakly polarizable, and with high energy of HOMOs. When we coming for soft Lewis bases, in the soft Lewis bases, they are all characterized by large ionic radii, intermediate electronegativity, highly polarizable, with low energy HOMOs. And here another one coming, that is borderline. These borderline law of Lewis acids and bases have intermediate properties, means they have intermediate properties regarding to hard and soft Lewis acids and bases. Here are some examples of hard and soft acids: hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, etc. Here copper, silver, titanium, mercury, cesium, palladium, cadmium, platinum, etc. These are the some examples for Lewis hard acids as well as Lewis soft acids. And here HX means hydrogen bonding molecules. These are borderline. They behave sometimes hard and sometimes soft acids. The example is Fe2 plus, cobalt 2 plus, nickel 2 plus, copper 2 plus, etc. These are the example for Lewis acid. When we coming for Lewis bases, here the examples like water, OH minus, F minus, CH3CO minus, etc. These are the examples for hard bases. And the soft bases like R2S, RSH, RS minus, iodine minus, SCN minus, these etc. These are the soft bases. And borderline bases are C6H6N2, C5H5N, etc. These are the examples of borderline bases. Here these are hard Lewis acids and soft Lewis acids, along with that borderline Lewis acids. And now these are the hard Lewis bases, soft Lewis bases, and borderline Lewis bases examples. Now coming for the principle. According to HSCB concept, hard acid prefer to binding to the hard bases to give ionic complexes, whereas the soft acids prefer binding to soft bases to give covalent complexes. And sometimes this is also called as hard soft interaction principle. HSIP principle means whatever the hard acids we are going to take, they are going to prefer with hard base. Only the combination is hard and hard, that gives the formation of ionic complexes. Whereas whatever the soft acids are there, they have to prefer, they have to want to join with soft base when they are going to form covalent complex. Means HSAB principle, whatever the hard acids they are want to join with hard base, and whatever the soft acids they want to join with soft bases. And the some properties, the large electronegativity differences between hard acids and hard bases give rise to the strong interactions. And the next property, the electronegativities of soft acids and soft bases are almost same, and hence have less ionic interactions. Means whatever the interaction between them are covalent. The next one, the interactions between hard acid and soft base or soft acid and hard base are mostly polar covalent, and they tend to be more reactive or less stable. Means the interaction between hard acid, soft base, or soft acid and hard base, they are mostly polar covalent and they are less stable. Now coming for the applications of HSAB principle. The first one, in hydrogen bonding, the strong hydrogen bond is possible in case of H2O, NH3 and hydrogen fluoride. Since the donor atoms fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen are hard Lewis bases, and their interactions with partially positively charged hydrogen, which is hard acid, are stronger. The next application, that is linkage of ambidate ligand to metal atoms. Means the ambident ligand SCN can bind either by S end or N end. The bonding mode can be determined by using HSAB principle. These bonds, it bonds through sulfur atom, that means soft base, one bonded to platinum plus 2, it is a soft acid. However, it bonds through nitrogen, that is hard base, when linked with chromium plus 3, hard acid. Here, the second application, linkage of ambidate ligands to metal atoms. Whatever the ligand, for example, sulfur, it is an hard soft base. This wants to join with soft acid, that is platinum plus 2. Like that, the nitrogen ligand, that is hard base, is want to prefer with the metal chromium plus 3, that is a hard acid. The next application, site preference in organic reactions. The organic reaction like RCOX is a hard acid and it wants to react with nitrogen end of SCN minus ion to form an acyl isothiocyanate. This see the reaction, CH3COX plus SCN minus, that gives you RCONCS, that is acyl isothiocyanate. Where the softer methyl group bonds to the sulfur atom and form a methyl thiocyanate, CH3X plus SCN minus, that gives us CH3SCN, that is methyl thiocyanate. The next application, that is inorganic reaction. So this HSAB principle is used to predict the outcome of some of the reactions, like the reaction of arsenic as softer than phosphorus and iodine is softer than fluoride ion. That is, see the reaction ASF3 plus PL3, that gives us PI3, that gives us ASI3 plus PF3, as both as arsenic and phosphorus are soft, but relatively arsenic is softer. Here arsenic trifluoride plus phosphorus iodide, that gives us arsenic iodide and phosphorus fluoride. And in the second reaction, the reaction is possible since magnesium plus 2 ion is harder acid than barium plus 2 ion, and oxygen ion is harder base than sulfur ion, that is gives us magnesium sulfide plus barium oxide, that gives us magnesium oxide plus barium sulfide. This is the application of HSAB principle in inorganic reactions. Now we are moving for precipitation reaction. So in the precipitation reaction, the softer acids like silver plus, mercury plus, mercury ion, silver ion, mercuric ion, mercury plus 2 ion, etc. are borderline acids like Fe2 plus, Ni2 plus, copper 2 plus, etc. can be precipitated as sulfides from their aqueous solutions, since S2 minus ion is softer base. Now, drawbacks of HSAB principle. Wherever we have applications on that particular point, we also have their drawbacks. Here, this Pearson's of HSAB concept is in direct contradiction with Fajan's rule. For example, Fajan's rule predicts the nature of beryllium salts to be more covalent, but according to HSAB principle, the beryllium ion is hard acid and is expected to show chain charge controlled bonding that results in more ionic nature for beryllium compounds. But this is not true. Same as in hydrogen ion, H plus is a hard acid and hydride ion H minus is soft base. According to HSAB principle, whatever the interactions between these ions, they must be polar covalent and hydrogen must be unstable. So indeed of all these, H2 is stable molecule with pure covalent nature. Now, next base, acid base strength. After the HSAB principle, the next bit is acid base strength. Here in the acid and bases concept, the acid strength according to Lewis is defined as its tendency to accept the electron pair donated by the Lewis base or ligand. Hence, Lewis acid strength of a cation is its coordinating ability with a ligand. So, the strength is depends upon first on size of the cation, oxidation state of the cation. When we coming for the size, smaller the size of a cation, greater its tendency to accept electron pair, and hence stronger is its strength. Means, suppose we have small size of any cation, so on that case it is having greater tendency to accept a electron pair, so hence it is strongest acid. So thus Lewis acid strength of cations decreases on moving down the group and increases along the period. Means when we go through the periodic table, saw that whatever the strength of Lewis acids of cations decreases when we are moving to the down the group. On that case, they decreases. So, for example, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Sodium is greater tendency to potassium, and potassium is greater strength than rubidium, like that. And when moving along the period, they are going to increase the strength. Next bit, oxidation state. Since When the size of the cation decreases with increase in oxidation number, means wherever the size of the cation going to decrease with increase in oxidation number. When our size is low, the oxidation number is high. The acid strength of a cation increases with increase in its oxidation number. Whatever the acid strength of a cation is going to increase with increase in oxidation number. Example, Fe3 plus is greater than Fe2 plus, etc. And the Lewis acid character of BF3, BCl3, BBr3 and Bi3 molecules, there is in the order Bi3 is greater than BBr3, that is greater than BCl3, that is greater than BF3. So, these order can be explained by the basis of boron halogen pieback bonding. So, these boron, whatever the bonding between their other atoms, this is only on the basis of the theory boron halogen pieback bonding. This is the example of boron. Okay. In whatever the singly filled NPO orbital of halogen atom overlap S with the single filled sp2 hybrid orbital of boron atom to form Bx pi bonds. In the ground state, the molecule and the excited molecule, that gives us sp2 hybridization and that gives us halogen general configuration, etc. This is for the unit acids and bases. For this unit is going to complete. If you have any doubts regarding to the unit acids and bases, so you can message me to my WhatsApp number. I will answer you. And if you want the regular updates of your BSc third sem class videos, subscribe my YouTube channel and enjoy you in your home. Stay safe. Thank you for listening the class.